What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Jay with the Pencil Pushers Project, and we are back with another episode for you guys. First and foremost, as always, we appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in with us. If you are a first-time listener, Zay and myself, we discuss music on this podcast primarily. Also, different current events, things in the entertainment field, sports, so on and so forth. And once again, we appreciate you tapping in with us. And how's your week been, Zay?
It's been good. I had a pretty good weekend. We're recording on a Sunday. We don't record on Saturdays, but you know, it was somebody special's birthday. Happy birthday to her. So
happy birthday to her.
Yeah. We went to the Ritz, and I took her to the Ritz, and you know, it was cool. It was a good time. It was my first time in the Ritz. I really liked it. I want to go to the other ones now. So
yeah, so you got the bottle here.
I still have the complimentary water bottle right here.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was a cool weekend, man. I had a good time, and now I'm back in my apartment.
What, you went like a whole 5 miles?
Yeah, I went right around. I told you, I went right around the corner. I felt like I was in a whole different country.
Hey, that's how I be, man. That's how I be.
What about you? What you been up to?
So, I started going to the chiropractor, man. I told you I had been having problems sleeping, and I was having these headaches, man.
Right.
And you know, you try to thug some shit out as far as like being in pain, and then that shit don't go away. So, I made an appointment. I got some X-rays done, and I came back the next day for the X-rays results, and basically they told me that you're crooked and broken. So, but yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I've only been going for like a week, but the headaches have already kind of been going away.
Is that why I ain't been seeing you in the gym? Have you been going to the gym?
I couldn't go when they first started their adjustments because they wanted me to. They didn't want me to not be able to tell the difference between being sore from the adjustments and being sore from working out. So I actually haven't worked out in probably like the last 5 days. But I can go back. I mean, I can start working out now. I'm probably going to end up going tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But so I usually go in the morning to get my adjustments, and it's like a quick appointment. It's usually like 20 minutes, depending on if I'm waiting on somebody or whatever.
Right.
So, and then I got to do this home therapy stuff every day to kind of continue fixing myself. But yeah, man, it's. I'm glad I went. So it's an ongoing thing. So hopefully in the next couple months I should be more aligned in my spine and my neck and stuff like that. So,
well, I hope that all works out, bro.
Yes, sir. And speaking of birthdays, Tuesday my mother turned 59.
Oh,
so
well, happy birthday, Mama J.
Yes, indeed. So, but yeah, man, all in all, another week of the world crumbling to shit, inside and out.
Crumbling ain't the word. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Man, I
don't know what's going on anymore.
Man, I mean, man, who you telling? I don't know what's going on either. I'm surprised we haven't been bombed yet. But so,
this is the time.
All right, man, let's go ahead and hop into this thing. First and foremost, rest in peace to John Lewis. Rest in peace to C.T. Vivian.
Yes.
Two individuals who were a massive contributor in the civil rights movement during the 60s. John Lewis died, I believe, Friday of cancer. He had been dealing with cancer. And C.T. Vivian, he died, I believe it just says natural causes, but he was 95 when he passed. But two trailblazers, two very, very impactful individuals that helped lay the groundwork for some of the liberties that black people get to thrive on today. They worked with Dr. King, and again, very, very instrumental during the civil rights era. So condolences to them and their families. And then also to the family of Naya Rivera. I don't know if we touched on it last week, but her body was found. So that is at least some sort of closure for the family. And otherwise still a tragic story. So, rest in peace to her and condolences to her family, her friends, former castmates, so on and so forth.
Yep. I'm not too familiar with CT Vivian. I'm not too familiar with him. I am familiar with John Lewis, but based off of what I'm reading about CT Vivian, he was more impactful than I thought. So
yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, prayers and condolences to both families. We all know about John Lewis. We know about the Freedom Rides, all that.
Absolutely.
So
good trouble.
His impact was definitely felt throughout the '60s and all the way up to now, as everyone can see.
Yeah, John Lewis was in Jeezy video. I just thought about that.
Which one?
My President is Black.
He was in that?
John Lewis was in that video. Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, he was in that video.
Well, shit. He was in tune.
Oh, even to to his last days, he was out there and with the people. So, once again, we thank these gentlemen for their the service that they gave during their life to help the betterment of Black people, and that does not go unappreciated. So again, condolences to their families, and just wanted to definitely make sure we touched on that first and foremost.
Yeah, for sure, and especially rest in peace to Naya Rivera.
Absolutely.
And man, I feel so bad for her son. That's shit, man. I know when he grows up and people tell him that story, that's gonna hit different. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he just has some. Hopefully his family unit, his father, his grandmother, his uncles, other family members, just wrap their arms around him and help him navigate in this world. It's hard, growing up without a parent. So, definitely prayers to the young man as he continues to grow and just try to live in this life without his mother. So,
yeah, man.
Definitely wanted to send our condolences on that front. Let's talk about unemployment. They finna pull the plug.
Last week.
They finna pull the plug.
Okay, so to clarify, yes, we know that unemployment expires July 31st, but this is the last week of payments. So, because July 31st is in the middle of next week, I think. So, yeah.
Should apply, bro.
I should have applied. I didn't apply. I should have, but whatever. It is what it is now. So, in case y'all don't, for all of you working class people out there, non-working class people, or people who just don't have jobs, unemployment is ending this week. This is the last payment for the $600. Unemployment is ending, but it's the last week for the $600 kicker, or the bonus, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. Streets is done, I guess. I don't know what to expect now.
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, you got tons of people still out of work.
Yeah.
So, there was talks about a second stimulus check, but that ain't really gonna be much of anything as far as helping these folks and helping people get back to work. So, it's just another example of just some of the crumbling that we talked about. When I say crumbling, it just, I'm grateful to still be in a position to make money and work, and I absolutely don't take that for granted. And I just think it's really sad, man. I think it's really sad that in the midst of trying to navigate through COVID, and you got governors suing mayors, you got other governors and other people in different states. No one's really there's not really one uniformed course of action. So you have just a entire group of people in disarray, and it's ultimately trickling down to the American people.
And this is all coming on the cusp of, I'm pretty sure the eviction rate is about to skyrocket even more.
Yeah, so aren't they about to shut that down? Did they extend that, the evictions?
I'm not too sure. Actually, they never really put a mandate out for it, right? people have been doing it off their own good conscience of not kicking people out, but
that good conscience is only gonna go so far. A lot of landlords is sitting here like, all right, I understand, but I'm hurting too.
Yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of landlords are doing it out of good conscience, but like you're saying, they can only push it for so long. And on top of that, that doesn't mean every landlord is having a good conscience. You still got landlords who have definitely filed for evictions. Did you see that thing that came out with New York? It's like 1 out of every 4 people
getting evicted.
Yeah.
Shit. No, I didn't read that.
25% of their population. That's right now.
That's crazy, bro. That's super crazy.
So imagine once they actually start reviewing those cases, those eviction cases. That's the one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about is there's a lot of shit that's getting affected by coronavirus. Between the food industry, people not paying their rent, it's a lot going on.
Right.
But people, it's easy to forget that when you only see people wearing masks everywhere, you think that's the extent of the damage. But nah, things are spiraling out of control on the low.
Yeah, it's just a situation that people assume wasn't going to last as long as it's lasted, and now that and we'll tap into that a little bit more as it relates to like the NFL. But people, for the longest time, have been trusting the government to, they allowed for unemployment for, they made extra stipulations for self-employed, those with gigs, business owners, so on and so forth. But the time frame was contingent upon a guess that
everything would be over by the summer,
right? Or at least there would be. I don't want to say over, but there would be a plan in place, and people could get back to work. Which even then, I mean, how businesses that aren't getting the same amount of revenue, how do they hire people? So it's even goes further than that.
Yeah.
It's one thing to, okay, we back to work, but we not getting the same income because people are either not coming to do business with us, which means we're not making as much money, which means we can't hire people. You know what I mean? So it's one cog affects the other, or the next one on the wheel. So it's just a very, like we said, man, this is a tough
situation on all parties. Like, that's the thing. So
and people have been, I saw a meme, and internet's the internet, so of course we try not to put too much stock in it. But I saw a meme around the first time this started when people were it was I guess a little bit insensitive, but it was something to the effect of, if you're not learning a skill or learning a trade during this pandemic, then
you're wasting your time.
Then something like that.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So the wasting your time part, I think is insensitive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've learned to try to adapt to make money in my circumstance.
We started a podcast during the pandemic.
I mean, look, man, they're not. Yeah, that too. But people have, my barber, for example, and people who own businesses, they've found different ways to try to adapt to the current time. So I do think that I don't think it's out of bounds to try to adapt to the time that we're in now, because the reality is the normal is gone now. So it's just the new.
Yeah.
It's just moving forward. And I think for people who have skills and have certain gifts that they may not know how to monetize, I do think this is probably one of the better times to try to learn how to monetize those skills and monetize those gifts, because the government, you see where you're at with it. They finna cut unemployment off. You see what that's the fruits of that, the fruits of I don't want to say relying on it, but for a lot of people that are relying on that. So it is important that we're always trying to look to find ways to adapt in the toughest of times, and black people have been doing it forever.
Right.
But I think just on a larger scale, as Americans as a whole, a lot of people, this is new to them. They've been used to just being able to work their corporate jobs or work their, 9-to-5s and things of that nature. Shout out B. Simone. But
whatever happened, whatever, I don't care.
Whatever happened to her, 9-to-5.
Oh, okay.
Her boss done. Well, I don't know if they can as her boss, but yeah, she disappeared after that whole.
That whole thing got her up out of here.
Yeah, but so yeah, man. Like I said, it's just a very, very unfortunate time, and I say what I say about the adaptation as really just just something for people to think about. It's not really like it's not really much of a, I don't want to say critique or something that's meant to be negative, because like I said, it's hard out here for a lot of people. And in my experience with living life, when shit get hard, you just gotta try to figure some shit out. You feel what I'm saying? So that's it.
Yeah. You think what were you saying earlier? You said this is the last time they're getting together before the next election or something, right?
Something to that effect. What do they think, like 2 weeks?
Yeah. I don't know if anything's gonna come out of that, man. I don't know anymore.
Well, I think what I'm taking from it is just, how much faith do people have in their government versus how much faith they probably should have.
Yeah.
And I think the government has shown, maybe not in its entirety, but a larger portion than not, that it's a lot of incompetency.
Tons.
It's a lot of people who sit in offices, and however they got there, people can argue, hey, well, if you'd have gone out and voted, and which is not incorrect to say, but they in the chair now. So, excuse me, you got to look to your government to do what they say they was going to do. But when that does not appear to be the case, you have to figure it out.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a wild one. 2020 has been wild, so.
Yeah, I mean, because even like the same thing we said with musicians, like with artists that can't tour now, what do they have to do? They're trying to adapt and figure it out. So
they're starting a podcast.
Yeah. So, I mean, even Michelle Obama, the book tour was like, nope. So she about to do her podcast, and yeah, man, it's just getting real. It's just getting real out here, man. I mean, it's been real, but it doesn't seem that whatever that light is at the end of the tunnel, it seems to be a far.
Yeah, we ain't there yet.
Yeah, we not nowhere near.
We nowhere near there. Unless we just start accepting coronavirus as a way of life and move on, we're not there yet.
Well,
you think I think that's what's going to end up happening.
Well, that's what some people. That's honestly, to me, that's where the line in the sand is. You have people who are like with the whole thing with the masks. People are like, wear the damn mask, wear the damn mask. The quicker you wear the mask, the quicker we can get on with our lives, and
yeah,
and then people say the quicker you just accept the fact that we're all going to get this shit, then the quicker we two people on different sides are saying the same thing. So they're basically saying like the quicker you, whatever side of the fence you stand on, do whatever it is, whether it's putting on the mask, not wearing the mask. Some people are saying, hey, bro, we all gonna get the shit. The flattening the curve was never about prevention. It was just about slowing it down. And then you have people who are saying, well, look, just wear the fucking mask, and then we can just go on with life. So people want the same thing. They just have different methods that they both feel are gonna achieve that. So, I mean, that's ultimately where we're at right now, and that's why I said that disarray within the government is trickling down to the people, and then you have our quote unquote listen to the experts. Okay, you got experts that's saying, one thing, and another person saying another thing, and it just now it's just depending on whatever expert you want to listen to. Some people are looking at the spike in cases and they're saying, okay, but what about the death tolls? So people were saying that over 100,000 people died, which is a lot of people. But then a counter argument to that would be, okay, but if that's a 1%, and we have over 99% of people who have not died, who have gotten the virus and have recovered,
right,
or who have it and don't have any symptoms, then so that's where we're at now. That's the tug of war that we're dealing with in this country. So,
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think anyone really has a clear answer right now, but I do think that at the end of the day, people are only going to lose so much money to where Disney World reopened.
And that's what we talked about initially when we talked about the economy. I thought that we would be beyond COVID right now, and we would have to deal with what's going on with the economy.
Yeah,
we ain't even past COVID yet. So, Lord knows,
boy, that the economy effect.
That's what I'm saying. Man. So,
that's some shit I am not looking forward to.
Right. So
that's gonna be crazy.
So this is why I said that, we. And people do it all the time. They look forward and see how this is like I think a pinpoint in history, at least in our country's history, where people have to try to predict how our world is changing and try to find ways in their business, if they have a business, or in their line of work, if they are without a job, to try to, like I said, monetize their line of work.
Yeah.
May have to end up becoming a freelancer. They may have to end up, trying, like I said, again, finding ways to adapt within this modern society. You see schools now, they're having this discussion between virtual learning versus going into the schools, and the people are not in agreement on that. So it's just
right.
a bunch of things that it's like it's not, nothing's clear cut, man. Nothing's clear cut.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I feel like until it all starts with Congress, and I feel like they got to get their shit together before anything happens. Because, well, maybe not. Because a lot of people kind of been doing their own thing, and it's been working, sort of.
Well, people have accepted the fact that Congress don't have it together. That's what I'm saying. So,
I don't know. There's too much shit going on this year, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't plan on talking about this long.
Bro, I knew when Kobe died, bro, this shit was gonna be.
You knew it.
I knew this shit was gonna be crazy, bro.
I argue Juice WRLD. I think when Juice WRLD died, it was just like, all right, we in for it.
Shit crazy, bro. All right, so we gonna talk about Tory.
Oh shit. Tory. Where do we start? I ain't gonna lie. This might be one of the weirdest situations I've ever heard about in my life. Well, it's a really weird situation.
Depending on the stories that are, if I'm listening to the stories that are floating around, it only sounds weird because of the trajectory that Tory's going in right now.
Yeah.
With all the things he has going for himself. He has a quarantine radio. He just got independent. And it sounds crazy because it's him, but and this is, we don't really know. Of course, at this point, it's still an ongoing investigation. We do know that Tory was arrested.
Right.
And was he charged?
He was arrested, and he got a gun charge, as far as I know.
So
he was released on what was it, 25,000?
I think 50.
50? Okay.
Yeah. So my first thing before we even get into that incident is,
are they dating? I guess it doesn't matter. Does that matter?
Are they dating?
That's a
not. I mean,
this whole thing is weird, man. Dude's 5'3", bro.
What that mean?
It's Meg the Stallion. She's called Meg the Stallion for a reason. Like, and Tory's 5'3". It just, I don't know, man. Everything's weird, man.
Well,
The whole situation's weird.
I don't think it's that.
I think that's just like
that pairing is that out of bounds. I mean, they seem to like.
No, it's connection. Yeah, all that matters. What I'm saying is, it just seems like a weird situation altogether.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a weird situation altogether. That's no doubt.
I think that just adds to the weirdness.
I'm always gonna not prioritize, but the first thought that comes into my head is always like, why would you fuck your bag up?
Yeah,
like if you feel like if you're Tory Lanez at this point. This before you even get into like what he did, you feel the need to have a gun going to a Jenner's house or a Kardashian's house.
Right.
That's number one. I think once you get sent to a certain point, hire security, man. Get you some security, get your armed security. Let them deal with that type of stuff to where if something go awry, you in the clear.
And I feel like we've seen enough situations where you should know that by now.
That's what I'm saying. Because, who in that situation, who has the most to lose?
Tory.
That's what I'm saying. So
Tory has the most to lose.
You have the most to lose, so you have to be mindful the most about how you move. Because if something goes awry, then you're going to be the one taking the biggest L.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I feel like Tory, I don't know, man. He didn't need to put himself in that situation. And I think that's the most confusing aspect about this. Well, even Meg.
What do you mean?
You said it yourself. Yeah, all the stuff he has going for himself. He does. You would think he would move smarter.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
He left his label. He dropped arguably his best project. It's between that one and one of the Chicks tapes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, you just got on one of the features. You got a feature on one of the biggest songs of the year, the What's Poppin' remix.
Right.
Everybody says you got the best verse. It's just a lot of things that's lining up for him. And so for him to do some shit like this, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And maybe it's just me.
Well,
I'm not rich and famous with a temper, so I don't know.
I mean, my guess, crime of passion.
You think Meg put it on him?
I think they may have had feelings for each other, or maybe he had feelings for her. And whatever conversation happened that incited the argument, a weapon was drawn. Why?
Yeah, and where do we get to that? How do we get to that point?
Why a weapon was drawn, I don't know. And according to Meg's security guard, her stylist, her friend,
yeah,
she was shot. And I'm not too fixated on the foot thing. I think maybe he probably accidentally shot her in the foot, but it don't even matter at this point. You pulled your weapon out.
Yeah.
On a woman. And I highly doubt he has a concealed carry for California.
Yeah, no, he's Canadian.
You feel what I'm saying? So before we even get to the Meg shit, he already like in hot water. That's what I'm saying. Like just backtracking before we get to the incident. He went to the States with a weapon. Mm-hmm. In his position right now, not the Tory from years ago.
Not Tory who recorded mixtapes.
That's what I'm saying. The Tory of today who just got out of a situation, just got the quarantine radio bag, just got independent, and you got all the momentum swinging in your favor right now.
Yep.
That Tory does not need to be moving. It's like when you grow and you get into a certain status and you elevate yourself to a certain level through your hard work.
Yeah.
That means you have a lot more to lose.
Yeah.
Which means you can't have the same type of movements that you were making when you were first coming up.
Yeah.
And you may feel like you need to do that.
You're not in Brampton no more.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You out of that now. I would venture to say he's an international name.
I would. Oh yeah.
So it's like once Tory Lanez. So it's like once you become someone of that ilk, you just have to. Hell, 50 knew to have guards in armored trucks, and
he was more.
Niggas really wanted him.
I know he was in a worse situation than Tory.
Niggas shot him. So it's like, right. You know, the situation is less about, not that Meg getting shot is not important, because that is important, and I'm glad that nothing was fatal from that.
Yeah.
But to me, I think the angle that everyone is looking at is just that. And I'm looking at it from a decision-making lens as someone who is independent, means you're basically, your fate is in your own hands.
Yeah.
You're moving, and now the decisions that you make are uberly more important now than they were years ago.
Yeah.
So your mindset, to me, your mind has to kind of sink in with that in just your day-to-day activity.
And you know, I think that's perplexing, is because you would have thought the way he's been moving lately that he has hit that point.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
You would think with everything going on, and it's been stuff that he's done. It's not like,
right. And we just talked about on the last topic about how people have to adapt. What did he do? He did the quarantine radio thing. He adapted.
Yeah. And
he got a bag off of that.
The last 6 months of his movements have been straight adaptation.
Right. So he was in a situation where he was able to use his ingenuity and his thinking to make a smart decision in a time where artists are not making money right now.
Yeah.
And he got himself into a situation just to essentially put that in jeopardy, if not piss it all away. Because at the very least, I highly doubt, and I mean, money talks, so who knows? But I highly doubt he'll be allowed in the U.S. for a period of time.
Yeah, and that's
a big chunk of your.
That's a big chunk of your revenue.
So you feel what I'm saying? So to me, it's a decision-making thing. If you got into an argument with her about something, or if they got into an argument, there's arguments, and then there's the decisions that you make within that argument. The second you decide to pull out that pistol, now you're not just fucking up the Meg shit. You fucking up everything shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
You fucked up your money. You fucked up your life.
So no pun intended, but he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because now, like we just said, that's gonna cost him a lot more than just that incident. So this is just one of the situations where, like, unfortunately, of all the good you do in the world, all the right decisions, the right moves you make, the wrong moves, they unfortunately weigh a lot heavier.
Hell yeah.
So
who's snitching on who first?
I mean, they pretty much, everyone's all but told.
I know, but between Meg and Tory, who's snitching on who first?
I mean, Tory, he ain't really got a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Meg, I think Meg, she doesn't really look bad by saying, "Yo, this nigga shot me."
Yeah, this nigga shot me. So there's no downside to this.
There's no, exactly. I don't think that makes you a snitch. Like, yo, the nigga shot me. So
yeah, but she hasn't said anything yet. It's been all but confirmed from her, from her, from, like I said, her people. Like I said, all signs are essentially pointing to Tory
Lanez as having shot her.
Kylie Jenner ain't do it.
No, but
what if it turns out Kylie shot her?
Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing's
gonna happen.
We'll never find out.
Exactly. Nothing. Look, they know how to make people get off on shit. So
shit. Well, hopefully they get that figured out, man. I don't know. This situation's weird. Weird situation. Anyway, well,
it just, like I said, what I think people should take from that is decision making, and when you have a lot to lose, you got to know how to maneuver out of a situation. Sometimes, if you was in a situation and you get into an argument with somebody, and you may be in the right, sometimes you just got to maybe take that L. Maybe just dead the shit, and then, you know, maybe with a cooler head, you could discuss it. Like I said, for me, and this is the last point because I think we pretty much just hit all the points on it. But
yeah,
it takes a lot to me for a reasonable person to brandish a weapon. Either you fear your life, or you just have uncontrollable anger issues. is one of the two. To me.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll keep our eyes out on that situation. I'm pretty sure something will come out within the next, probably by the end of this week. We'll know.
Who knows? I mean, they're going to be. I'm sure they're
Something's gonna leak.
Investigating, and more will be revealed. They're probably going to get some statements from witnesses, and if they haven't gotten it already. But
yeah,
I'm sure this is going to pick up. And where we at next?
Talking about the boy.
Oh,
the boy.
His music, or just like the comments?
Oh, damn. I guess he is in for two. We'll say the music. We'll talk about the comments. So, in case y'all don't know, Steve Stout, if you don't know who Steve Stout is, stop listening to our podcast. Anyway.
Yeah, so, what was Steve Stout and Russ?
Yeah.
I think we're having a conversation.
Yeah, so Steve Stout says, and I quote, Drake is about to come out in the next 6 months, Drake, he's about to get the biggest bag in the history of music business. This is referring to Drake going independent, by the way. I should say that. He says that the day Drake goes independent, they might as well close the music industry down. And to clarify on his comments, he says if Drake were to drop an album now, he'll easily make $10 million a week for 60 weeks. So why wouldn't he go independent?
Yeah, I think that was Russ. That was his.
Was that Russ?
He was piggybacking what?
Oh yeah,
that sentiment about Drake going independent.
Did they do like an interview, like a video interview?
It was like a conference of some sort. They were doing it was doing virtually. Okay. So they were having a longer discussion. But in the midst of that discussion, that was brought up about because Russ is, isn't he recently independent or
Russ? Russ has been independent his whole career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he mentioned basically in support of Drake going independent, saying, he should go independent because, and then that was the math he used. It wasn't like exact math, but that was the sentiment he was making was like, Drake could make a gang of money.
Yeah.
So
easily. He'll become a billionaire.
I agree with Drake going independent would definitely work for Drake. I can't say that the music business would be done.
I don't know if the music business will tank. The more I think about it, I get what he's trying to say, but I think he's speaking more so from a point of affection for Drake.
He might have just put some sauce on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
There's no way I don't think he'll tank the whole music industry, though. Unless Drake just signs every artist. But I can't, no. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I kind of wish he would have maybe elaborated on why he thought that. That's why I think he may have just been adding some sauce.
Yeah.
Because number one, for Drake at this point in his career, I don't think there's a deal that he can't get from a label.
Right. And every label knows that if Drake were to go independent, like he doesn't need us.
Right.
And Drake is fully aware that no label can match what he can make independently. I'm pretty sure he's aware of that.
And then it would just be a bidding war.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think, I know you and me said this earlier, a lot of the world's biggest artists aren't independent.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's because maybe they just don't want to do it. Maybe they're too lazy. There's no telling. But, it's...
When you become independent, you're forced to think outside of music.
Yeah.
So I think most people who do music just want to do music, and they may not have that foresight. So they say, okay, I'll sign with a label. I'll let them take care of the promotion. Mm-hmm. I'll let them take care of like the placements for whether it be for doing shows or doing TV, performances. I'll let them handle the management stuff. I'll let them deal with all that. I just want to make music.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize is that Drake, a lot of artists don't have that luxury.
Right.
To just do music and just do music. Like, and Drake is in a very, very small pool of artists that can do that.
Yeah. And on top of that, as an independent artist, you don't really, as an independent artist, you really are an independent team. Or not an independent team, but you have a group of people. You're not a one-man army. You feel what I'm saying? So anyone who decides to go independent, they have a team that they use, or they have, someone who's versed in that, and someone who's versed in, whether it be managing artists or managing someone who's maybe an in-house producer, someone who does the promotion, things of that nature, and knowing either it's an understood thing that, hey, we're all in this together, or they have the money stashed up to, I pay this man for this, I pay them for that, I pay for them. Because Drake going independent would essentially be the same thing. Now, he may get, I'm sure he has built up enough relationships to have that infrastructure.
Yeah.
Just because of his longevity and his resume pretty much speaks for itself. So, I think the music business is done thing. I think that was just a little bit extra, because if I'm guessing, what I thought he might have meant is to something you kind of alluded to earlier, where Drake goes independent and just signs people, and you have like this wave of artists who go independent and then they sign people, that type of thing, where the artists build themselves up and then they become the label type of thing.
Yeah. So
I don't know if that's what he was meaning by that. But I think there's history too of, like, there's a good artists that aren't good,
who are shitty label owners, like Eminem.
There you go.
Eminem's the prime example.
So I mean, it sounds great. Independent sounds. Trust me, I'm pro.
And Drake's not even doing a good job with his OVO. If you ask me, OVO got some really talented artists. I don't hear about them enough.
Well, So even in that stage, with Drake, because Drake gonna make sure Drake is good.
Yeah, but with a lineup like Roy Woods, you got Roy Woods, Magic Jordan. Who else is on that label, man? They got somebody else who I really like. They had Amir Obi. He left. He with Def Jam now, but it's like, he's had some really talented artists, and right now the only ones that's popping off is Division and Party.
Right. And even like, I know he wasn't independent, but just as an executive position, like Jay-Z at Def Jam, just that's another example of, Jay-Z is Jay-Z, but once he got into an executive role, he has a long-standing history of a lot of artists who were not, pleased with how he was doing his job.
Like Michael Jordan and the Bobcats.
I mean, same premise. I mean, you have people who are.
I don't know what I thought about that though.
I mean, it's similar in a sense. I mean, Jordan, brilliant player, not such a great owner.
Yeah,
but it's the same premise. But the idea of people being independent, I think it really just boils down to the mindset of the person.
Yeah, like
everyone is not built to be independent. Because
that's what I think about Drake.
Especially when you
for that.
I'm sorry. Especially when you start from the ground up, that's a long play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you can do the hybrid thing where you start out with a label, build yourself up, build your name up under the label, do your contract, then you up and do your own thing. And you may have taken a less than favorable deal in the label, so that way you can that was the trade-off that you were willing to make in order to kind of, once you got independent, there was a few streets you didn't have to turn on because you've already done that through the label.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing. I think Drake has hit a point where it doesn't really matter if he goes independent, I guess. If you want to get greedy, he can go independent, sure. But he doesn't need to.
He don't have to.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna get whatever he wants for the label.
Yeah, and I don't think, like you said, when you start bringing in all these other business entanglements, business dealings, not every artist wants to put up with that shit.
Exactly. So
that's a lot to put up with.
He'll get the same types of the extra deals he's getting. You said he got the Nike deal.
He signed to Nike. He has to show with HBO.
So the label's gonna make sure. I mean, it's not even that the label has to do that hard of a job. I mean, he's Drake.
Has Drake ever been on a movie soundtrack?
I don't know.
I just thought about that. I don't think I've ever seen a movie soundtrack.
I don't know, but I'm sure it can happen. I'm sure it's nothing for it to happen. But yeah, Drake is like I said, I think Steve Stout understands how large of an artist, I mean, as we all do, Drake is. But like I said, I don't see, I think Drake would just sit back and let the bidding war happen.
Yeah.
And just let, whoever label going to shut out, close to what we want or what we want, that's what we going to rock with. And I'll let y'all handle all that shit that y'all been, you know what I'm saying? So even if Drake, and I said this a little bit earlier off the mic, but even if Drake is missing out on a certain piece of the pie, his piece that he's getting is big enough to where he's probably comfortable.
Yeah, and
he's chilling.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Drake has hit a point now where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's like, so it's whatever to him. But I thought it was an interesting comment, but I think I was just trying to understand and what he was wanting to, what he meant by that, and more of a like I said, I wish he just would have maybe expounded on it more. Yeah, because like I said, other than that, I just thought he was just adding a little bit of sauce.
Yeah. So, well, shit, I don't know. He goes independent. He does. He doesn't. It doesn't matter.
So be it.
He needs to drop his album. That's all I know. Maybe, I don't know. Or you know what? We might as well go ahead and just lead into the next thing. The Drake and Khaled. If in case y'all don't know, maybe y'all do. I don't know. Drake dropped a 2-pack with DJ Khaled. First song was called Pop Star, and the second song is called Grease. Pop Star is more of the braggadocious rapidy rap Drake that I love. I'm always a fan for rapidy rap Drake, so I liked it. It was cool. I'm not bragging about it to my friends, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was okay.
Grease had more of the. When y'all said, somebody said it was sounded like a reference track.
It was a great value weekend track.
That was a good way of putting it. Was that it was like a reference track? I didn't think about it like that. I don't know. I just, like I said, I felt like he just was like, yo, 40. Go to that average folder. pick out two of them. Yeah, give me two. Yeah. Khaled said he needs something.
Yeah, Khaled wants some heat from the boy. Let me go ahead and
let me give him something, I guess.
What do you be saying? Bless up. Let me go ahead and
Is this any indication of an album, you think? I don't think it is.
No.
Drake normally drops his album in the summer, though. We're already at the end of July, so.
Well, the summer ain't what he thought it was, just like everyone else. So,
I don't know. I think he's one of them artists that I wish they would all just drop the albums, because it's not like whenever touring comes back, it's not like niggas is not gonna go see him on tour. So I don't think it really matters if they drop it now or then. But that's just my opinion.
I don't know what his plans are. I mean, the demo tapes just came out. The Khaled joints. I don't know. If I've been off Khaled for a while now, to be honest. Like those,
I gave up on Khaled.
There was a time where like having like all these artists together on a song was like fire, but it ain't the same.
I gave up on Khaled after that song he had, after that album he had where the sun was on the cover in the pool. What's it called? Grateful. I was done.
Was that Life of a Side?
No, that was Grateful.
Oh,
Grateful was like, that was the last straw.
What was the song on that? The
Father of a Side.
No, what was like the one of the singles? It didn't have the song with what the fuck is that song?
Grateful had a lot of trash, but he also had a really good song on there with Pusha T and Jadakiss, which I thought,
oh yeah,
that was like the best song on that album.
Yeah, he put like the good shit somewhere in the middle, and then it go back.
He always does that.
Then it go back to trash.
He always
again.
puts the crazy. Remember the major key? He had the J. Cole. He had a J. Cole song where J. Cole just popped up out of nowhere and murdered the whole album.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I put Cole on here. Like, oh you bitch.
And then he had another song on there with Big Sean, Holy Key. It was Big Sean and somebody else, Kendrick,
yeah.
That song was crazy, and it was in the middle of the album, and that was the least promoted song on the album.
Yeah, he tried to lead with them big name shits, and them big name, I ain't gonna lie, them big name songs be kind of mid.
Ass. That SZA song was trash.
Be kind of mid, yeah. So
Nas album done.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah.
Nas album done. Man.
It's
and then the Nas album turned out to be trash. That was the one Kanye produced, right?
oh my God.
God, that shit. Oh, we don't. Hey man, people don't hate on DJ. I love DJ Khaled, but people don't hate on that man enough. We need to hate.
People hate him now since he went at Tyler. People was like, "Oh no, you."
Oh yeah, the Tyler debacle.
Yeah,
man, that shit was crazy. DJ Khaled.
I think that ruined his whole little positive
vibe. People saw it.
Now you look like a fraud.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, you a sore loser. And it's like he was number 2, bro. It wasn't like he was he was number 2.
Right. And you acting like we ain't used to this strategy from you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Khaled, I thought that whole thing was kind of corny because, like I said, man, just if you didn't get it, you didn't get it.
Yeah.
And
I wish I could call up Jay-Z and Beyonce to get on the number 2 album.
I know, right? And like, you're trying to use all the little leverage or whatever. And
yeah, that debacle was whack. But I don't know.
Yeah, he tried to get me with that Nipsey song too. It was too short. The Higher.
Man, it was something about that song. Like, I like Nipsey part, but I felt like the song was too.
It was too short for me. That second verse, when that beat switched up,
that beat switch should have been the whole damn song.
That verse should have been longer too. But
and I feel like John Legend kind of OD'd on that shit too. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I just always thought the song was short.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. DJ Khaled albums don't be that good. he be having all the right shit, and the album's never good. I don't get it. I don't know how he does that.
It's because it's like to me, it's like when you just run to a formula instead of just trying to create art.
Yeah.
Then it's like it's gonna sound formulaic, and now it's like, all right, you just slap niggas together on a song, and they're all talented, but you didn't weave them together. It's like throwing a bunch of people in the NBA.
Yeah.
Throwing a bunch of people on the team that don't blend together just because they all stars. If they don't mesh well, then it don't mean nothing.
And he always got that was one of 3 songs that are always really good on his albums. Like I remember Suffering from Excess had Never Surrender.
What's that song with Future and Bryson Tiller?
Future and Bryson Tiller.
It was on
was that on Major Key?
I think it was.
It had to be because Bryson Tiller hasn't been popping since.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
He hasn't, bro.
Yeah, Tori done fucked up now. Bryson, it's your time, baby.
Bryson ain't never coming back, bro.
I know he happy now. That
nigga happy.
Family man.
He went. Where was he working at when Don't came out? I forgot.
They say like
he was a pizza delivery guy. Or some shit.
I don't know why I thought Home Depot. Maybe wrong. I don't know. Man. I don't know. I don't remember. But no, he has a woman and he has a family now and
a nice house.
Yeah.
He got it. He made arguably one of the most impactful albums to date.
Yeah,
he influenced a lot of sounds.
Yeah, he fast forwarded to he knew that once you become a family man, your music.
Yeah, once you get happy, man, your music sucks.
Yeah, look at Chance.
Yeah, who's an artist who got happy in their music still? Future's music still holds up.
Is he happy though?
He dropped an album called High Off Life.
What that mean?
Is he still dating what's her name? Laura Harvey. Yeah, I think they're still dating. I don't know. I think Future's happy, man.
They still dating?
I think.
So you wouldn't even know. So you wouldn't even
Scream
know.
Man.
Nah, man.
For real, he still dating?
He was going through. Did somebody come to him about child support recently?
But that was going on before Laura Harvey. That don't count.
No, I'm talking about just recently. Like
yeah, I saw that.
I'm not talking about in conjunction with Laura Harvey.
No. He came at somebody about that. One of his baby mamas who he's been beefing with. He put her entire business on. He's suing her entire business for nothing. He's just suing them just because. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, Eliza Rain. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's suing the entire business for nothing, bro. Like, it's stupid. But it's kind of funny also.
Yeah, but yeah, typically happy don't mean good music, unfortunately.
Hey, look, High Off Life was hard and Future's happy, so.
Maybe that's why Kendrick ain't dropped nothing. But all this shit going on in the world now, he finna.
Look, man, I knew it was over with after Kendrick did the halftime show for college football.
The NCAA?
Man.
I wanted to go there. I was sick.
I was in Cali when that happened.
And I was on my birthday. I wanted to go, but I was.
Why didn't you go?
I just told you I was sick.
You should nah. You gotta say fuck it.
No, I didn't. I was sick, and it was cold. I was like, no, I can't do it.
You gotta get sicker for that one.
No,
I would have held that L. I think I don't know, man. I think once Kendrick did that halftime show, that's when once he got that bag, I knew he wasn't coming back for a while. I knew it. I think people just didn't want to accept it.
Yeah,
because he hit a different, and then the Black Panther bag. People don't talk about that soundtrack enough. There's really no telling how much money he got off that damn soundtrack. Seriously, between all the stars, the movie selling damn near highest grossing movie of all time. Hey man,
do you think Kendrick is penalized as one of the greats because he doesn't drop music as much?
That's a good question.
Because Damn came out 3 years ago. Black Panther came out 2 years ago.
You know what's funny is that I think if you can make that argument, but Kendrick also has he had albums before he hit that point. And on top of that, something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to Kendrick, his Lucy's. Kendrick has a lot of great Lucy's, man.
Lucy's, features.
I remember the Lucy that came out, I think it was called The Jig Is Up or something. He had the Jig.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You had The Jig Is Up, the West Side song with Jeezy, West Side Right on Time or something.
Yeah.
Man, people don't talk about his Lucy catalog enough, man.
That's true.
So, I don't know. If you want to say he's one of the greatest, honestly, I can't blame you for making that argument. I do think he needs to drop another album. I think if he drops one more album that kind of culturally,
that's on par.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's easy to say he's one of the greatest because all his albums have shifted something. He's caused a paradigm shift every time he dropped an album. So I think if he does that one more time, then yeah, he's like Kanye. None of his albums sound the same. So,
well, they say that the Kendrick album is supposed to sound like
a rock album.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
As long as he's spitting.
Yeah, I was saying I don't care. Make all the rock music you want, nigga. As long as it sound good.
Sound like what they want. But no, it's just a question I had. But yeah, back to we went way away from the Drake songs. But
yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Drake songs is cool. Grease, he should have got The Weeknd. Honestly, that would have been the perfect song to bring The Weeknd and Drake back together. That would have been the one.
Yeah.
Drake, you could have had The Weeknd hit all them damn notes, and Drake could have just rapped, and I would have been fine.
Yeah, fumbled opportunity.
That was a super fumbled opportunity. Man, look, we don't get Jada marketing strategies. We don't get Cali we should be market strategy guys. Maybe that's our calling.
Maybe.
We giving away too much ideas.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, what'd you think?
Like I said, man, it to me, I just saw Drake in Autopilot, and he's just trying to keep the people satisfied until his own project. Whatever Khaled doing, he's just like, all right, nigga, I know your projects ain't really that good, so I'm gonna give you stuff that lines up with that. I'm not gonna give you my heat. Yeah. So I'm not giving it to you.
I think I don't know.
You know when somebody say, "Let me hold your charger," you give them the one that's kind of like janky.
The janky ass with the messed up wire.
Yeah, that's straight.
You know you got the good one on tuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You like, I don't really fuck with you like that. Yeah. So
yeah, bro, I got you, bro. That's like, but you gotta hold it. You gotta hold your phone to the right a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, that's what Drake. That's what Drake did. That's what the 2-pack was. That's what that 2-pack was, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope. I'm pretty sure Khaled's gonna fuck up this album, so I don't really care. It was cool. Anyway, who else came out? Joey Badass, The Light.
Oh, the Light Pack.
Yeah, dropped the 3-song EP.
3-pack. And not much to say about it. 3 songs.
It was good.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm glad he's back.
Of course, anytime. I mean, it's for me. You put Pusha T on a song. It's hard for me to.
It's hard. Automatic listen. Yeah, I don't care.
Shoot.
I've heard Pusha.
So, no, I liked it, man. It was, like I said, pretty short and sweet, but I would be excited to hear a project from him, like an actual album from him. What's he been doing anyway?
Who? Pusha T?
Joey Badass.
Beast Coast? Nah, well, that was like last year. What has Joey Badass been doing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he been kind of...
I know he's been popping up on random features, and the last thing I heard him on really was the Beast Coast album.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Shit, where's Beast Coast been? I know Flatbush. Well, Flatbush just dropped a whole EP.
Flatbush, I know they dropped something. Underachievers have been kind of in and out.
They be dropping random songs every now and then.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know, but Joey Badass definitely got an album coming out. So he got something coming out. That nigga cut his hair.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Cut his hair. And then he dropped the EP. So he must have something dropping. Hopefully Flatbush has something dropping because they're my favorite group of all time. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know. It was cool.
I wish Underachievers would go back to the production they had like on Indigoism. They rap the song.
Is it safe to say Indigoism is one of the best mixtapes of all time?
For me,
I think it's pretty safe.
I think it's one of the most underrated.
Underrated,
because
yeah.
People are just one of those unknown like gems.
Yeah,
but I remember when I first heard that shit, and I just knew that these dudes was finna like take off.
Yeah, the Underachievers, they're one of the group. They're a duo who I look at and I'm like, how haven't you blown up?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They make some of the hardest bangers I have ever heard.
I mean, they got the team.
They got the lyrics.
They got the. I mean, you can say you got the whole. They said the Beast Coast. Like, to me, they had that type of that movement, and I don't know if it was maybe because you still got to do the promo and you still got to do this stuff like that, and I don't know if it maybe have been that piece of it, but I just really scratched my head because I listen to the stuff they put out now, and it's cool, but like to me, Indigoism, and then AK he had a solo mixtape or solo EP, Blessings in the Gray.
Yeah,
it's like to me like the hardest shit that I've heard like in a long time, and I don't think they've really captured that in quite some time, but yeah,
I think yeah, I don't know. I think the Underachievers, that's one I do think about them a lot. Every time I listen to their music, I'm just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, because
y'all should be like, I should be hearing y'all on the radio.
Yeah, I follow both of them, and they seem like they drop stuff like separately a lot more so than like Issa. He had talked about like changing the name and all this other shit. Like, bro, just Issa Gold, drop some shit, call AK, drop some shit together.
Exactly. Just give us another project.
Yeah, exactly. What we got next?
So, yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Hopefully, we got an album coming out. Next, what's next on the docket? What you been watching? Wait, hold up. Yeah, what you been watching?
Nothing really. I know you told me about Dark, and I've been meaning to tap into it.
Man, Dark is hard.
Yeah, but I haven't. Like I said, I watched the Old Guard, and I'm not gonna delve into it again. But I was what did I watch? I watched this movie called The Circle.
The Circle?
Yeah, or maybe just Circle. But you ever watch one of those movies that the potential's there, so it's like you're gonna keep watching it, and then like you're just waiting for like something to expound and so basically the premise of the spoiler alert PSA. So the premise of the movie is it starts in this room, and I think there's like 50 people in the room, and they don't know why they're there. They're all standing up, and they're standing up on these red dots, and throughout the room there's like these arrows. So what happens is like all of a sudden they hear this noise, and then one person just dies. They just like fall out and die.
Huh.
Then someone touches another person, and then they die. So I think the movie's trying to illustrate to you like, okay, these are the ways that people could die. And then so they figure out that something is happening in this room, and eventually they figure out that they have to vote for someone to die.
What?
Yeah, but but like it sounds. I guess it sounds crazy the way I'm explaining it, but it's like as the movie progresses, they're using like they're trying to like learn about people to try to see if okay maybe we can eliminate a person. Okay, the older people, y'all don't live y'all life. Y'all don't need to be here.
Yeah,
it's just like their deductive reasoning to determine who they should eliminate. That's what kind of kept me involved in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, you know, there was a pregnant lady, there was young people. It's like then they're like, okay, they should be able to try to stay alive as long as possible. But long story short, the movie just never really evolved into anything that I thought would be great. It just seemed like it was enough to keep me engaged, and then after a while, it just was it just hit a wall where it was just like even at the end it was like okay, the one person survived, and it was like okay for what, and then
what, he killed himself too?
No, he didn't kill himself. Oh. Apparently, he was like on this alien ship, and then they
what alien ship? This movie sounds crazy as fuck.
Yeah, but I'm saying so you know I be trying to get into some of like my sci-fi shit. So I was like that's what I watched. Unfortunately,
you getting HBO Max?
Nah, because Disney Plus I got that and it was disappointing, so I'm gonna wait.
I heard HBO Max is lit, bro.
Is it?
That's what I heard. I don't know. I got HBO, so I'm about to. Shouldn't they come with HBO Max? Does it come with HBO Max?
Call your people. Call your.
Do you know? It comes with it. Oh, okay.
Call your cable provider. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But I did watch. I watched Fatal Affair.
Oh, you gonna come to me about some bullshit? You gonna.
All right.
So, what did you think about this?
Fatal Affair, man. Can't lie. It was pretty typical. It was pretty typical.
Yeah. I look, bro. I saw the trailer, and it looked like a movie
It was shot really well, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, that shit was crazy. I'm like, this is a very average movie that was shot really, really, really good. The cinematography was great. The script was whatever. Typical shit. Omar Epps was boring as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I think Omar Epps was boring, bro. Like, he played a role that he shouldn't have played.
Bishop should have shot him.
You know who I think would have been really good to play that role? I don't know. Who's I don't know.
So was he like the villain?
Yeah. So, spoiler. I don't care. So in the movie, Omar Epps is basically, he has one night with like his college friend or something who he hasn't seen in years. And then they go out, some stuff happens, and he takes this as a sign of, you know, we're meant to be together forever. You know, typical shit. Stuff that happens in real life all the time. And you know, so he takes it that way. But she's married, all this stuff. She has the perfect life, the perfect husband, perfect kid. But, you know, she's like, oh, I got the perfect life, but...
Did she have an affair?
No. They had a moment. They had a moment. It wasn't an affair. That was the thing. So he picked up all this shit off of one night, and his wife had died and all this shit. Then it turned out he killed his wife. I'm completely spoiling this movie. Look, even though honestly, bro, it was a really predictable movie. If you can't see what's coming on, what's about to happen in this movie, like you should. It's a really predictable movie.
I feel like I knew the ending.
I knew the ending. I knew the ending within the first 5 minutes. Yeah. But there was some stuff he did that. There was one scene that he had where it really caught me off guard. I think it was. Shit, I don't know. You should watch it.
I won't.
Watch it, please.
I won't.
Why? You watched what was that bad Will Smith movie you said you watched? You watched Gemini Man.
Yeah, but Gemini
and you
Man,
knew that shit was gonna be trash.
No, I didn't.
Bro, you telling me you looked at the trailer and you was like, this shit gonna be hard.
It could have been. The plot was the worst part of the movie. They had all right, so the thing about Gemini Man was, I think the first thing they should have did, they shouldn't have showed him in the trailer. They shouldn't have showed a younger him. They should have waited.
Then they should have waited for that one. That would have been a great reveal.
Exactly. That was the first fuck up. Number two, they should have made him like the thing about him as the older person. He like usually when like because he was like a hitman, he had a job, and it was like he had to shoot somebody on a moving train. Mm-hmm. They should have had him like fuck up and hit the wrong person, but he did the job. So it wasn't like he had like a lack of skills. Like if it had been like, oh, you fucked up, we got to have the young boy come and replace you. Yeah, it would have been way better. Something that showed him like his skills were deteriorating or something like that, where he was older, past his prime. Hey man, you hit an innocent person. We got, you know what I'm saying, and we can't have that. You're a loose end now. Now we got to close it. Yeah, it was the plot that fucked it up. Like the premise of that was really the whole thing that fucked up the movie for me. And then. Like the CGI stuff, like the fight scenes made it was kind of hard to look at because they was like in the dark.
Those
scenes.
Fight scenes look like video game, like
because they
look bad.
They did a CGI. Someone I guess I thought they did. I thought they just did like the de-aging thing. Yeah, but then it was like actual CGI. So the fight scenes were difficult, but to me it was a plot thing. Even like when they sent niggas to kill him like in his sleep. He woke up and like killed like 10 niggas like off the strength. Like he was like, "Yo, you the guy you want to kill?" Like he's not even like he ain't lost no step. Yeah, like they just the way they drew it out was really really bad. But that was like my biggest issue with it, and the reason that I will not watch Fatal Affair is because like I've literally seen that movie like 100 times in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, then you know what I'm saying.
But you ain't seen one shot as well.
You know, it's okay.
That shit shot great, bro.
I believe
like, I'm telling you.
I believe you.
So anyway, yeah, that's the premise of Fatal Affair. Sorry if I spoiled it for you. Well, I ain't gonna lie. The funniest part of the movie was how the dude died. You wanna know how he died? I don't care. Spoiler. Sure. I'm spoiling it all. I don't care. Sure, he falls off a cliff. Now that they threw me off with that one because I thought for sure they were gonna have him get shot or something, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna throw this nigga off the cliff." So it ended with him hanging off the cliff, and I don't know. She lives happily ever after. She's like, "This is all I wanted my entire life," and everybody lives happily. And if you're gonna watch it, make sure you're drunk.
Well, you know the truth of the matter is, Tenet was supposed to come out Friday, and it didn't. So,
when the theater supposed to open?
I don't even know, man. Fuck all this bullshit. Ever since that, I found that out. It was just like, all right.
I don't want to watch no Christopher Nolan flick at home.
You don't have to disrespect my brother.
You can't disrespect Chris Nolan like that.
I saw something that said that movie would have to gross $1 billion for him to make a profit.
What?
The movie would have to gross $1 billion for him to make a profit.
That's how you know he's doing it for the love.
Come on, man. This nigga
he doing it for the love, man. You gotta have a different type of love.
Come on, man.
$1 billion? Damn, how much did it cost to make that movie?
Probably $1 billion.
Probably, yeah. God
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah. And I read that I guess it's too long to premiere in China.
What? Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna sit through every second of that movie too.
I don't give a fuck if it's 4 hours.
Hey, I'm gonna sit my happy ass right in that theater and look at it.
Shit.
Because hey, man, Christopher Nolan takes no L's.
Listen, man,
that man has only gotten better and better.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to that movie when it comes out. The only other things that I'm awaiting are I saw this trailer for what was it, Project Power with Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And it's like
that's an interesting mix.
The premise is it's like these pills. Think of like Limitless, but except for like they gain like superpowers for like a period of time. So like a person will take a pill and they don't know what the superpower is, but they have a superpower for like a period of time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a movie?
That's coming out. Yeah.
That sounds like it would be better as a show. That sounds like a show.
I mean, perhaps, but I don't see JG.
That sounds lit though.
I don't see JGL and Jamie. I mean, Jamie Foxx could probably do a show, but I don't see.
They could do like a limited series.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good limited series.
I would, if you get a chance, watch the trailer. It does look good, and it's coming on Netflix.
I watched Project Power.
Yep,
that sounds interesting.
Yep, it's coming out in August. I want to say the 14th of August.
Okay.
So I am looking on that. I got that on my radar. And then The Boys, the second season of The Boys, that's coming on. It comes on Amazon Prime.
I know I keep recommending this, but y'all need to really watch Dark.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
cannot
yeah.
stress this enough.
Yeah, you can't.
That show is.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that show is very, very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out because I think someone else mentioned that show to me as well.
I thought my favorite show of all time was going to be BoJack Horseman. I don't know anymore. Dark is really fucking good, dog. It's a really good show. But yeah, so that's that. I don't know if you haven't seen Fatal Affair, watch it. I guess if you don't watch it, you're not missing out on anything. But if you do watch it, have it with a drink, smoke some weed, do something. Don't watch it sober though.
Terrible.
Huh?
It's a terrible.
It's not terrible. It's predictable.
That's
Oh.
the pretense of which.
Is that a pretense of terrible, bro? Shit. Damn, I didn't mean to do that.
It's okay.
Look, Omar Epps is really boring. He's really boring in that movie. I can't stress it enough. I had an actor in mind who could have played that. Whatever. Anyway. Whatever, man. That's that. What's next on the docket? Sports. Redskins.
Can't say that word anymore.
They're not the Redskins
anymore. The team formerly known as
the Washington. Oh fuck.
We
need like a bleep.
The team that shall not be named. So I guess they have a name change coming up.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So
it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're well. Nobody knows what they're about to turn into.
Nobody knows.
What do you think they're gonna do? I saw that Dan Snyder said something about the Warriors.
Well, Dan Snyder got other fish he got to worry about right now.
Yeah, bro. I don't think people really understood how long the Redskins have been like this messed up organization. It's been a while. They got a wild history.
To be honest, it ain't that surprising. I mean, sports, especially men's sports. I mean, a lot of it is a lot of the culture is, intermingling with women promiscuously, so on and so forth. So hearing about, sexual assault sexual harassment and things of that nature from powerful people.
Yeah.
Not that far off from.
Yeah, but it's not just that. They've had so much controversies behind their shit, even beyond the women, like money problems.
And
it's been a lot.
Paying referees and all that.
Yeah, like the Redskins have a lot. Boy, they got a history.
Yeah.
So
they better change the name to the Angels.
You think they're gonna make them give up ownership? Snyder's?
Maybe.
I can see it.
Maybe.
They need to get Jeff
because they got so much. It's just so much.
They got such a history.
Yeah, it's so much dirt that it's like, yeah, bro, you got all this stuff that we got on you.
I think along with the name change, they might as well throw out.
I think they're just looking at just like a complete overhaul.
That's what they need.
Rebranding,
new stadium too. Everything. Get rid of everything.
Who's the new coach? Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
So just that whole culture change. They're looking to make a complete 180 from where they at.
Jeff Bezos should buy. I think Jeff Bezos should. Yeah. I think he'll turn that team around. Maybe.
Really?
I don't know. I think they can get anyone to buy him at this point. Maybe they can give Jay-Z his chance.
Shit, wasn't Diddy want to buy?
He tried to get the Panthers.
The Panthers, yeah.
He tried to buy the Panthers. They should get Jay-Z to buy the Redskins.
Is that the move? Is that where he's
look?
Is that the actionable item?
If the NFL wants to prove that they are pro Black Lives Matter, outside of singing the Black National Anthem at every song for Week 1, let a black owner come in. This is the time they want to do it. And there's any organization that needs that's right for the taking right now, it's the Redskins.
Yeah, they can honestly, in conjunction with that,
man, we're marketing analysts. I swear to God.
In conjunction with that, just the front office.
Yeah,
like I said, they could really take that and turn that into.
They could turn this into their stance.
Yeah,
if the NFL really wanted to prove a point, this could be it.
So if it's not a black owner, you can hire a couple of black executives. You already got a minority head coach with Ron Rivera. Yeah. So it's like, if in the midst of you already dealing with that and the name and It would be a prime time to explore that idea, if nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see that. Hopefully somebody in the NFL offices listen to this podcast and take this idea and run with it.
Well, them niggas don't even have a COVID plan, so they already
yeah.
So they not listening to shit.
You think the NFL season's gonna happen? I think it is, no matter what.
Yeah, because they.
I think it is, no matter what. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think COVID is gonna stop a damn thing with
Well,
them.
the only thing
Unless the players stop.
The players just say, "Fuck it, we not playing."
Unless the players say they're not playing,
Because
it's gonna happen.
Now we got, and I guess we'll segue into this. We got you got players that are speaking out. The NFL, they have training camp coming up the end of the month.
Yeah.
And as far as it's been expressed, they don't seem to have any type of protocols for COVID.
Yeah.
In terms of safety measures, they just say, "Yo, training camp's 29th. See you there." Suit up. So, you have players. Russell Wilson, obviously the Seahawks.
What happened with him? He test positive?
No, but he said, but he tweeted that, "Hey, my wife is pregnant, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm bringing something in to possibly jeopardize the health of my family, and my additional baby on the way." So, and you have players who have that same sentiment. It's like it's not necessarily just themselves. It's like, all right, we going home to our families, and it doesn't seem like it's a situation where like the NBA has like a bubble where all the players come to this one central location and play. It seems like they're still gonna be traveling. They're still gonna be doing things in their respective cities. And will fans be there? Will they not be there? Will it's only July, but September's right around the corner, and football season is fastly approaching. I mean, you already see college football has more or less, I think, postponed a lot of their.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of the conferences have been calling off their tournament.
So it's like, damn, everybody out here making a move, and y'all just kind of sitting in place.
It's the NFL, man. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but
that's a lot of money.
If you're players, and this kind of just is another added layer of NFL don't give a fuck about player safety.
Yeah.
So this is just another thing that compounds on top of the other gripes that players already have with that league as far as the best interest of their players and the safety of their players.
Right.
And it's, to me, I think, I don't know if players will opt not to play. Some will, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think a lot of players are. But I think a lot of more players are going to stay because money.
No, I get it. I get it. And who knows, man? It just, like I said, I just think that the league is really out of touch with a lot of shit. They fucking up the whole social justice shit. They fucking up the COVID shit.
They fucking up a lot of stuff. But I feel like this is exposing a lot of things.
They thought they'd give Pat Mahomes $500 million. Shit would be sweet.
They thought it was gonna be cool.
Oh, hey, we do care about people,
we care.
minority athletes. Like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, nah. It's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think they're gonna still have an NFL season with fans.
Didn't they reduce the preseason games to 2 games?
Did they?
I read somewhere.
What's the point of a preseason? Well, nobody watches preseason.
I mean,
honestly, they can get rid of preseason. Nobody's gonna watch it. Do you watch preseason? Do you watch preseason?
To me, it doesn't make sense from the standpoint of like the star players. They're not playing.
Yeah.
So it's really for your guys who, like, imagine playing a preseason game and you don't even make the roster. And now you don't. So it's like you done went and tried to make a team. It's like, oh, hand us your playbook. Hand us your playbook. So it's it just I think that the season, I think it's going to continue. Like I said, the only way it stops is that the players don't play.
Yeah.
So.
Well, shit. We'll keep our eyes out on that situation like everybody else. I miss sports. I miss football.
I do too, man.
So, before we wrap up, I come in here and I ask you one random question. I have a random question.
What's your question?
You go to your girl's family's house, right? And they can't cook. Do you suffer?
If they can't cook?
Yeah.
It depends on how bad, I guess.
I mean, like,
we'll
just say bland.
I mean, I guess like bland food. Cause I've had like a situation, not with like a girlfriend, but like I've been into like someone's house that I was really cool with, and their people couldn't get the job done.
What'd you do?
I mean, I ate what I was able to eat, and I was like, oh man, I wish you'd have told me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you this question.
No, not you.
Oh, you wish they would have told you that they can't cook?
No, I was like, I wish you'd have told me. I wish you'd have told me earlier. I wouldn't have ate before I got here. So you gotta try to slide something.
You pull like the fake excuse out the bag.
Like, hey man, I'm full. I'm already full, man. You shouldn't even told me that. But bland is because bland I could tough it out the food bland, but nasty I would have to be like nah.
Yeah. Don't ask me. I've never been in that situation.
Oh, I mean, like I said, to me, the furthest thing I've been to is like just bland food. I haven't really come across someone who just flat out couldn't cook.
Really? Man, I had a roommate. I had this old roommate when I was in Cali. Bless this man's soul. So one day I walked in the room, right? And this dude, I bullshit you not, was boiling noodles and rice in the same pot.
Oh, that's just
because he didn't know how to cook. I remember I had so many moments with this guy, and he used to always had those bowls, QC35s. Mm-hmm. He always had them on his ear, and they would be like on yellow. They'll be dead, damn near dead, because I have the same headphones, so I wouldn't know what battery level they're on. And he would just walk around with them. I remember one time, man, I walked in the room, and he bought these 2 giant T-bone steaks, bro. And he didn't season them. He didn't do anything. He threw them on some aluminum foil and threw them in the oven. And that was it. Mm. Nah, I've definitely seen people who can't cook.
Well, I mean,
but
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I didn't eat any of it, but it's just, I don't know. It was something I thought about. So, yeah. I don't know. If that happened to me, I probably just wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it. I just wouldn't eat.
Yeah, like I said, I guess I'm grateful. I haven't been in that predicament.
Yeah, I pray I'm never in that predicament.
So I guess the only actually let me walk that back. So because I used to work in the corporate space and people have potlucks and stuff like that.
The corporate potlucks.
So like you have people who be bringing in shit, and it always be funny because you always see like whose food is still left, and I'm sure the person who cooking it is like just walked over and is like, oh man,
fuck.
What my best work? what my best body of work? Or like, man, who made this shit?
You know what's funny?
This shit nasty.
That actually happened to me. I was that guy one time. I was the guy who had the food left over.
Oh, that was hurt your heart. You was like,
get killed me. I made these little pepper wings, bro, but I put too much.
This shit dry.
We had it on the ship. We had it in our ship in our department. I made these lemon pepper wings, but I put too much olive oil. So they were drenched in like this olive oil, and oh my god, they were so bad. Nobody ate them. And the worst part was I knew I could cook better.
You all by like, yo, I wouldn't even feed my dog this shit, man.
It was bad, bro.
So yeah, and that was the first and last time, like from that point on with potlucks, it was always like a apprehension, with the exception of when I used to work in this credit union when I was living in Orlando. And my manager, she used to make the best cheesecake on God's green earth.
Really?
Yes. And I don't like almonds, so she would like make like a separate like little section for me, like without like the nuts and shit.
Oh, really? That's so.
And but yeah, she used to get down. She used to cook like desserts for her thing,
Okay.
more so than anything. And I was like the one person out there, yo, Tanya, when you gonna bring in them? You'll bring in another batch of them.
Oh, you asked?
Yeah,
you
like,
asking
hey,
Oh.
I used to knock on her door. She thought I had like an issue with a member. Like, oh no, just wondering. Friday's coming up. You gonna bring in something for the team? By the team, I don't give fuck them, but me. But
Right.
But yeah, man. So, but yeah, I don't really, like I said, I ain't really been in that situation too many times, thankfully. So,
Well, that was it. That was all I was wondering. That's my question. That's my random question for the week. You don't ever ask me anything. You got a question?
I don't care about your life, man.
All right.
I'll think of something for next week.
All right, cool.
Now that I know this is like
This is a recurring segment.
this is a recurring segment.
All right. Well, that's all I got. That's all. You got anything?
No. I'm done. We're done.
I would like to apologize for my low energy today, but I just came back to reality from the Ritz-Carlton, and it's been kind of hard. My mind is still in the Ritz right now.
Take me back.
Yeah, mentally I'm still in the Ritz. So
You take me back, niggas, but y'all make me
please
sick.
take me. I'm definitely the take me back, nigga.
Oh my god.
What? I'm definitely the take me back.
Oh my god.
Yo, you don't know how bad it was driving down the highway, even though I only passed like 4 exits.
I hate when somebody had like a Throwback Thursday picture from like somewhere they went like 2 weeks ago.
It says, "Take me back."
Go back. The fuck?
Man, I went 4 exits down. I felt like I was in a whole other area. I was like, God damn.
Jesus Christ.
And then I walked back in my apartment. I was like, God damn.
That's terrible.
Oh, shit. So, yeah.
All right. So before we go, once again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you're still here with us at this point, if you are on social media, you can find us on Instagram at The Pencil Pushers Project. And on our bio link, you click on that. And you can find us on all other DSPs and social media platforms.
Every DSP.
And social media platforms.
And social media platforms.
And final words, support black businesses. Don't shoot black people in the foot. That's it.
Be safe, be smart. Don't be an idiot.
Good advice.
That's the best advice anybody could give someone.
Agreed. All right, guys. That's it. We are out of here, and you guys have a good week. Until next time. Peace.
Love.
Love.